Michayla, let me tell you what I'm most excited about. I'm excited to be marrying my best friend.
It was August. It was new lunch period. I didn't know anybody. I happened to see a mutual friend, and Clay was standing with him.
So 10th grade year, I'm with my buddy and we're walking into the lunchroom and we have no clue where to sit. Like that's like one of the big things in high school. It's like, where are you gonna sit for lunch? So it's a huge thing, you know? So we're standing in the canteen line trying to order food, and out of nowhere she walks up with her friend. Of course they know Alex, and I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. Like at that moment, like I've become blood red and everything. And I'm like, like, you know, this girl that I've always wanted to date is now standing right in front of me. So we ended up going back to the lunch table, and
we spent the whole lunch period talking, and it just kind of went from there.
I've never seen someone that beautiful before. And then when I got to actually meet her, it was like she had the best of both worlds. It was the personality that came to play, plus her beautiful outside was just, it just was two peas of the pod, man. It was just awesome.
The first time I introduced him to my mom, it was after my volleyball practice and after Clay's football practice. Clay actually still had a girlfriend at that time, and we were just friends at that point. And I introduced him to my mom. I was like, hey, this is my good friend Clay. And she looked at him and was like,
oh. And I don't know if he had a girlfriend at the time or not, but I told him, I said, if you have a girlfriend, leave my daughter alone.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And a month later, or actually 2 weeks later, he broke up with his girlfriend, and a month later we started dating.
He just came home and he started talking about this girl that he was crazy about, and that he wanted to go out with, and that he was gonna ask her out. And then it's been constant ever since then. You know, they've just been together.
Inseparable.
Yeah, inseparable. Best friends, yeah.
The first time that I met Clay, he impressed me then with his kindness, his respectfulness. He continues to do so to this day. Just a fine young man, couldn't be more happy with Michayla's and his decision.
When Clay brought Michayla to the house, I could see the glow in both of them's eyes, how happy they were with each other. I told everyone that dated my kids that you had to date the whole family. You had to date me, Tanya, the dog, everybody, because we are all about family. Michayla was the only one that came to the house, and she played with the dog, she communicated with me, with Tanya, everybody. It was like the day she walked in my house, she was already family. I see her as an Evans today. I've always seen her as an Evans, and she always will be an Evans.
The most thing I like about Clay is the way he loves my daughter.
I had always prayed for Clayton to have somebody that would respect and love him and would just honor him. And she has always honored him. It wouldn't matter what was happening in their lives. It was like it was them too. It was with such ease. It was almost like she was made for it. And so I knew that as he grew and they didn't stop, I just knew that she was going to be the one.
Oh, I knew they were going to get married one day. Oh, I just knew it. Just the way Michayla loves him and the way he loves her. And I was in Maryland with my sister and stuff, and I came back, and I told them while I was in Maryland, I said, you know, they're going on the cruise. I said, I bet you he's going to propose for her, you know, to her.
Come August, I had no idea he was going to propose. I was kind of hoping he would, but I didn't know that he would.
Oh man, the day that I proposed, probably one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done in my life. So we get on the cruise ship, and I'm thinking of like, how in the world am I gonna get her to not know that I have the ring in my bag? Because of course we're going through customs, and that was crazy, because I thought they were gonna make me take it out, and I was like, oh, I don't know what's in that box. Like, you know, it's a normal engagement box. So we get up there, and we're, you know, before the boat you can't really do anything besides eat and buffet and kind of stuff like that. So we got some drinks, and I look out, and you know, there's a beautiful shot of the back of the boat, and she's like, hey, you wanna go take pictures up there? And I'm like, yeah, I want to go take pictures up there. Like, thank you for that. Like, perfect. I didn't have to even prompt it or anything.
The back of the cruise ship had the Cooper River Bridge in the background. So I was like, oh, this would be a great place for a picture. And he was like, oh yeah, totally. And he set up his tripod, and like, I thought he was just gonna take a picture, and it was actually, he had the video on. And he was just like, I'm just getting the settings right, you just like hang out for a second. And I was like, oh, okay.
And as I get over there, I start getting really nervous, because now the ring is in the bag, and I've got to transfer it from the bag to my pocket without her noticing. And of course, every time she keeps looking back as I go to grab for it, so I'm just doing the awkward, like oh, nothing to see here, just trying to reach for a ring. And I finally grabbed the ring and I put it in my pocket. And little did I know I was wearing a bathing suit, so they don't have the thickness material. So of course, this thing is like sticking out of my pocket, like huge. And so I do the old like waddle this way kind of towards Adder and gotta go around, and so I finally get over there.
And he whispered in my ear, he was like, are you ready to spend the rest of your life with me? And I said, yeah. And I was just like still smiling for the photo. And then, because he says like really sweet things like that all the time. And he looked at me again, he was like, no, are you ready to spend the rest of your life with me? And I looked up and I was like, yeah. And he said, and then he got down on one knee and said, will you marry me? And I just kept saying, oh my gosh, nuh-uh, Clay, what? And then finally he said, so is that a yes? I was like, yes, of course I will.
And of course it's my, like, I open it and it's upside down, because I was so nervous about putting it in my pocket, I didn't put it in the right way, so I'm just like, oh goodness, I'm so sorry. So, and from right there, man, she said yes, and it was an amazing cruise and well worth it.
Michayla, this is your wedding day. What I want you to stay focused and keep in mind is to be respectful and patient with each other, because you think you get married today, but you're really not. You can be getting married 1 year, 5 years, 20 years from now, and things change. But true love doesn't change. It's constant.
This comes once in a lifetime. You'll never do it again. Enjoy this moment to your fullest. Do what's important and what your heart tells you to do.
Michayla, on your wedding day, I know you can be very, very nervous, but it's okay. You are marrying your best friend. It's going to be hard to let you go, but I know I am giving you to somebody that I trust your life with, and that means a lot to me.
So today's your wedding day, guys. I want to tell you I'm so proud of y'all, both of y'all. I'm so proud of the decisions that you've made every day to get to this point. The Bible talks about us being one and what that is supposed to be. And you guys already exemplify that so much in so many different ways. So I just want you to remember that. I want you to always love each other unconditionally and respect each other no matter what.
I think that the best relationships are those that where both parties in the relationship, they try to outserve each other.
It's our wedding day. It took 7 years. I'm glad it actually built up to this. It actually gave us more memories. But I'm so glad, I'm happy. It's gonna be an emotional day. I'm getting ready for the honeymoon. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
We've waited for so long, and we've known that we were here for each other for so long, and just finally solidifying that moment and saying that, hey, you're my husband and that I'm his wife is just really going to be a big moment for us.
you take Michayla to be your wedded wife, to live together in holy matrimony, will you love her, comfort her, honor her, cherish her in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I do. Do you take Clayton to be your wedded husband, to live together in holy matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor him, cherish him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, forsaking all others, being faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my love.
of my love. Of my love.
Of my love. I give you my name
I give you my name
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
I will love you
I will love you,
and care for you
care for you,
with all the strength
with all the strength
that God gives me.
that God gives me.
In the name of the Father,
And Father,
the Son,
Son.
and the Holy Spirit. Told you, man.
Sorry.
You could have written your own vows.
That would have been worse.
Okay, you repeat after me this time. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my unabiding love for you.
of my
My constant and abiding love for you.
my constant abiding love for you.
I give up my name for you
I give up my name for you
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
I seal these vows. I seal these vows
I seal these vows
in the name of the Father,
in the name of the Father,
Son, and the Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
Y'all are done talking. It's my turn. There you go. That's all you had to do. By these vows, the joining of your hands, and the giving of these rings, I now declare you to be husband and wife. What God has joined together, let no one put asunder. Clayton, you may kiss your wife. It's my privilege to present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Clayton Evans.